Thomas, do you think that it's wise to make the press conference optional, or do you think that that just introduces more conflict with potentially signaling ahead of a meeting that it's going to be a live one or it's going to be one of import?
Well, I don't know if I would do it on an as-need basis. I would do it less often because I've watched every one of those press conferences and they get pretty stale when they're when it's obvious why they've done something. But if they did it every other meeting like they did in the past, it gives them an opportunity to exchange views with the press in there or answer questions. That could be productive, but every meeting seems to be too much.
At this point, Thomas, do you think that it is clear to you what the potential reaction function is from the Federal Reserve, or do you think that that's really been called into question as a result of a lack of transparency?
I don't think it's been caused by a lack of transparency. I do think that it is difficult for the FOMC to anticipate what they should do. I think it gets them in a lot of trouble. It actually reduces their options in the decision-making process, and how can they possibly do that? You're supposed to have this meeting so that you can exchange views, have a discussion, and make a decision. When you made the decision ahead of time, or when the chairman, by signaling himself or herself, has made the decision, it ties everyone else's hands, and I think it really reduces trust within the FOMC itself.
How hard would it be for them to hike rates in September, given the election in November?
I think it'll be very difficult. I think they're waiting now, and they have their reasons. If they do wait, I think, as I explained, those will be the reasons they give in September. I think it'll be even more difficult for them to raise rates, and it's close enough to the election that why not wait until after the election will be kind of the unspoken truth going on in that September meeting. Now, everyone's saying they're going to raise rates or act. I'm not so sure.
When the Fed chair sits down with his colleagues, is it giving him cover that some of these individuals, even before the meeting, are coming out and saying that inflation is a concern, that you have these hawks? Would it be useful for him if they dissent? Because then he can go to the White House and say, I tried my best, but I'm getting bamboozled over here.
I think for a chairman, he wants to be on the winning side in every instance, and so if there's nothing wrong with dissent, and I don't think Kevin's afraid of that. I hope he's not. As long as he carries a majority, and that would be important. In some policy groups, that's fine to have the chairman on the losing side. But in the Fed, the culture has become the Fed is led by the chairman, and he listens to everyone. He finds a consensus, but he will set the policy out, and the majority will accept the policy. And if you lose that, I think that the chairman's own credibility, his own, shall we say, force on the committee would be weakened.